In this video guide, we'll assemble a CyberBrick Standard Remote to get it ready to give us the control to bring our creations to life. Details related to the required printed parts and CyberBrick hardware can be found on the Maker World page of the CyberBrick Official Standard Remote. From there, the guide document can be downloaded and used to follow along with this video guide. This video will show the version of the remote which uses AAA batteries. The rechargeable lithium battery version of the remote is mostly the same, but uses different printed parts and some different hardware. We'll point out a few different steps as well later in the video. Part 1. Electrical components. Connect one end of a 3-pin cable to the socket shown here on the multifunction transmitter board. Then, connect the other end to the socket shown on one of the dual-axis joystick modules. Connect another 3-pin cable to the other sockets on the same modules, as shown. Next, we'll repeat those same steps on the opposite side of the transmitter board with another dual-axis joystick module. Pay close attention to which sockets each cable is connected to, as this is important. Now, connect the 2-pin cable to the socket shown on the transmitter board, and connect its other end to the momentary button module. That's the one with the round black button on it. In preparation for the next steps, rotate the transmitter board 180 degrees, as seen here. Connect another 3-pin cable to the transmitter board in the socket shown, and connect the other end to the 3-position rocker switch module. Connect the last 3-pin cable to the transmitter board in the socket shown, and connect the other end to the single-axis joystick module. Part 2. Electrical component installation. Take one of the M2 machine screws and screw it into the hole on the remote's faceplate. This will be used later with a magnet to hold the transmitter access door closed. Rotate the faceplate as shown. Then, use 2 of the M2 machine screws to secure the momentary button module to its position at the top of the faceplate. Being mindful not to tug or damage any of the wires, rotate the faceplate with the electrical components as shown. Then, route the wires on each side of the transmitter board through the wire guides on the back of the faceplate. Move the transmitter board into position onto its positioning pin and use 2 M2 machine screws to fix it in place. Next, locate the dual-axis joystick module currently on the left side. Make sure its wires are not tangled, place it into its position as shown, and secure it with 2 M2 screws. Repeat the same steps for the other dual-axis joystick module. Rotate the faceplate once more to look at its top. Position the 3-position rocker switch module as shown and secure it with 2 M2 screws. Finally, position and secure the single-axis joystick module with 2 M2 screws as shown. Part 3. Frame assembly. Rotate the faceplate so the shoulder buttons and switches face downward. Then place the buttons and switches past the lip of the remote's outer frame. Rock the faceplate into its position inside the frame. Press the magnet into the slot in the transmitter access door. Using your hex wrench or a screwdriver makes this much easier. Place a small bead of glue inside each of the 4 slots in the remote's shoulder plate. Insert the shoulder plate brackets as shown and wait for the glue to fully harden. Turn the shoulder plate over and snap the transmitter access door into place. Take the remote's body and place the yellow button cap over the momentary button. Fit the black slider cap over the single-axis joystick on the other side. Fit the shoulder plate over the shoulder buttons and switches. Then, rotate the remote around and fix the shoulder plate with 2 M2 screws. Position the upper backing plate onto the remote's frame and fix it in place with 2 M2 screws. For the normal version of the remote, place 3 AAA batteries into the battery case in the orientation indicated on the diagrams within the battery slots. For the lithium version of the remote, fit the power switch module into the backing plate as shown. Use the big 2-pin cable to connect the power switch to the transmitter board. Carefully align the backing plate, being mindful to fit the 2-pin cable behind the upper backing plate that was installed in a recent step. Then follow the next steps where appropriate, substituting the lithium battery for the battery case and plugging it into the power switch instead of the transmitter board. Route the battery case's wire through the guide hole in the remote frame and plug the cable into the connector on the transmitter board. Place the battery case into its position inside the remote. Make sure no wires are pinched and that they are clear of the battery case and the 4 backing plate screw holes. Position the backing plate and fix it in place with 4 M2 screws. Part 4. Finishing touches. Slide the battery cover into place. The power switch should be visible through the slot. Next, place glue around the thicker portion of one of the joystick shafts and fit it inside the joystick dome cover. Repeat this for the other pair. Fit a joystick head onto one of the cover assemblies. Repeat this for the other pair. Fit the joystick covers onto the joysticks. Take note of the slot orientation, as the metal joystick shafts are flat to fit into this slot. Last but not least, place the joystick cover rings over the joystick covers as shown. The 2 tabs go into the slots, and the ring is rotated clockwise until it clicks fully into place. Double-check that the transmitter board is accessible. Test that the remote turns on, and make note of the power light on the transmitter board. And just like that, your CyberBrick projects are ready to move at your command.